What is up, people? Shivashish Mitra here, and today we are doing the second part of my character concept creation, Kamenshi, the Death Mask Samurai. So, as you can see, we are basically sculpting and blocking out the main features of the body and also getting the shape right because that is the first and most important thing to do. Alright, I know this video is 1 week late and I have an explanation for that. Last week I had a severe back injury and which led me to be bedridden for the whole week. Yes, for the whole week I was bedridden and so I couldn't complete my work. Anyway, without further ado, I had to complete it this week. So as you can see, we are just putting the details and the basic nitty-gritties of the armor which we had designed, and there are going to be a couple of different aspects in this model from the picture, because a concept creation starts from the mind, then to a piece of paper, and then to sketching it. But from that process, from the beginning till the end, there are a lot of changes made because the creator ideas changes. So as you can see, I made the armor a little bit different as from the picture because I wanted it to be more traditional. This is kind of more mecha. I wanted to have a knight kind of a feeling, a knight in armor. So now you can see we are basically making the legs, and then we're gonna add some plates on the legs so that it gives that armor feel. There are a lot of gauntlet shapes on the legs in my picture, as well as there is a belt. A belt which will actually have all the kind of weapons this samurai carries, because a samurai is completely stealth and his movements are in the shadows. So he needs to use close range or long range weapons very now and then. So now you can see that we are basically adding the details which is in the legs right now, front and back, and later on we're gonna make the belt. About this character, let me tell you, the idea began very long ago because I love watching animes, and in animes there are a lot of ninjas. Suppose let's talk about Naruto, because Naruto is my favorite series, suggested to me by my friend. It showed me a lot of fighting techniques and everything, and I got deeply involved with ninjas. Also, then there's a mecha because there is a Evangelion, there's a series I love. So I wanted to create something which infuses ninja and mecha together. So I started sketching this piece block by block, and then I developed a concept, which as you can see now is being developed right in front of your eyes, starting from the basic concept building sketch to the basic blueprint to 3D. So as per now we are in the pelvis area. In the model we are actually blocking out the belt and the armor which guards the pelvis, the place where the weapons are kept. And as I've mentioned earlier, there are a lot of different aspects I've added, I have taken out, because I wanted this character to be according to my imagination, because there is a certain imagination which plays a role here, because I feel this character is from an era which is enslaved by mecha, as well as ninjas are involved. So as you can basically see, the breastplate is completely different from my sketch because I gave it a little bit of nice fine lines which are basically armor shapes. Also in the back I've added a kind of a back armor. So now we are into coloring. I wanted to see how this concept is playing out, so I actually went ahead and added some colors. I also made the eyes, which is basically the goggles in front of him, which is basically giving him the vision, the sight to see through darkness, because this is kind of a goggle which has infrared. That is the concept which I had in my mind. Also, in the front there is kind of a small little mask which has nostrils which helps him to breathe, and communicate. That part of the face has a recorder and a communicator. So we are adding the hand right now. Basically, this is a mesh I built a long time ago. So we are adding it right now and giving it the lot of textures which is needed, the paddings and everything we're adding, and also subtracting some part of the mesh in the arms so that it gives the proper hand feeling. We also added some colors in the hand. Now let me tell you, all of these colors may or may not subject to change in future, because these colors are basically my way of seeing. These are not permanent color or material. Don't get me wrong, these are just temporary poly painting done basically for me to give the idea and the shading of the character, like how is it coming out. I've been talking about this character for a long time, but I wanted to ask something important. I'm gonna be putting a vote in my Facebook page, Imagineer. You guys can go and like it right now. So the link will be in the description. You guys can go there and vote. What do you want to see in the next videos? Like, I can make my own concepts. Do you want to see that more? Or I can make some anime characters, some mecha, some creatures, like I did the Yeti, which became really a hit. Thank you guys, and make sure you do subscribe. I'm kidding, this is not the end of the video. Anyway, but you guys sure to vote so that I can understand what you guys want, because I'm seeing a lot of people are doing mecha, anime and everything, but there are quite a few who do their own concepts. So I can give you that content as well, but it totally depends on what you want. Or maybe you guys would want a live session one-on-one, so that I can sculpt anything you give me on voting, and you guys could see and interact with me, because I will respond to each and everyone's DM. And I promise that there are a lot of people, a lot of curious artists out there, I know that. And being a fellow artist, I know how hard it is to understand and grasp concepts. So you can tell me, I can help you and guide you. Now we are making the legs. As you can see, we are slowly progressing towards finalizing and finishing the character. We are adding some textures in the legs so that it has those textures popping out, which were really tough to make, because this is, yes guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is my first ever mecha model in ZBrush. So thank you for your support and bearing with me and going through this process, because it was a tedious one, let me tell you. And in the future I'm gonna 3D print this detail by detail. So here we are, we have finished Kamenshi. Also added two nasty katanas hooked to his back, as you can see. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and share this video. Also leave a feedback in the comment section, because your feedback is pretty important for me to know. So that's it for today guys, peace.